China is often seen as a land of rich culture and rapid growth, but there's a hidden side they don't want you to see. From maintaining affairs with ex-lovers and a growing number of women rejecting marriage, to the shocking realities of women trafficking and bizarre food choices, these 7 strange things reveal a darker side of China. Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets they try to keep hidden. Welcome to Global Lens, where we dive into the hidden and fascinating sides of the world's cultures and societies. I'm John, and I bring you well-researched insights that go beyond the headlines. Today, we're revealing the lesser-known dark side of China, from strange social norms to serious hidden issues. If you're ready to explore what's often kept out of sight, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Let's get started. Number 1, 3 affairs a year with ex-lovers. Did you know it's not uncommon for people in China to maintain relationships with their exes, leading to as many as 3 affairs a year? This isn't just about nostalgia. It's a trend that reveals deeper social dynamics at play. In many cases, these affairs aren't just casual meetups. They can involve significant emotional and even financial entanglements. While it might seem shocking, these secretive relationships often serve as a way to escape the pressures of current commitments or satisfy unfulfilled desires from the past. For many, revisiting an old flame is seen as a form of self-expression in a society that traditionally emphasizes conformity and face-saving. This secretive behavior is more than just scandalous. It reflects underlying cultural pressures and evolving relationship norms. Affairs with ex-lovers are often kept under wraps due to the stigma attached, yet they continue to thrive in the shadows. And coming up, we'll see how shifting social values are also driving women to completely reject marriage. Number 2, women don't want to get married. More and more women in China are saying no to marriage, defying centuries-old traditions. Dubbed leftover women, they're challenging societal norms and redefining success on their own terms. This phenomenon is most prevalent among urban, educated women who prioritize their careers, personal freedom, and financial independence over the conventional expectations of marriage and family. For many, the idea of marriage feels like a constraint that conflicts with their personal goals. Despite facing social stigma and family pressure, these women are forging new paths and changing the narrative around what it means to be a successful woman in China. This movement is reshaping the fabric of Chinese society, sparking both admiration and backlash. Traditionalists argue that these women are abandoning important cultural values, while others view them as pioneers of modern feminism in China. But what's driving this trend? And could this be a response to pressures that go beyond personal choice? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay with us because next, we're diving into the dark reality of women trafficking in China, an issue that paints a very different picture. Number 3, women trafficking. Behind China's economic success lies a grim reality: women trafficking. Thousands are deceived and sold into forced marriages or prostitution, a heartbreaking consequence of the country's skewed gender ratio and deep-rooted societal issues. Trafficking networks often target vulnerable women from poorer regions or neighboring countries, luring them with false promises of employment or a better life. Once trapped, these women face abusive conditions and are stripped of their rights and freedom. The gender imbalance, driven by decades of the one-child policy and a preference for male children, has created a severe shortage of women, fueling this illicit trade as men seek brides through illegal means. This dark underbelly is not just a relic of the past. It's an ongoing crisis that impacts countless lives. Efforts to combat trafficking include increased law enforcement and international cooperation, but the problem remains deeply entrenched. We'll explore how this is tied to China's historical policies and what's being done to combat it in a later video. But don't go away, because up next, we're looking at the bizarre foods that put China's culinary world in a controversial spotlight. Number 4, bizarre foods. From century eggs to fried scorpions, China's food scene is as diverse as it is shocking. While some dishes are celebrated, others spark outrage and health concerns worldwide. But what's the real story behind these foods? And why do they persist despite global scrutiny? These foods aren't just about pushing culinary boundaries. Many have deep roots in traditional Chinese medicine and regional customs. For example, eating exotic meats like snake or dog is believed to have health benefits in certain regions. However, the consumption of such foods has come under global scrutiny, particularly after the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, which raised concerns about the safety and ethical implications of consuming wildlife. These foods aren't just quirky, they're deeply rooted in tradition and belief. The persistence of these controversial dishes reveals a complex interplay between cultural heritage and modern health standards. Keep watching, because after this, we'll tackle another massive issue: China's infamous air pollution that's been choking its cities for years. Number 5. Air pollution for many years. China's rapid industrial growth has come at a staggering cost: air pollution. For years, cities have been blanketed in smog, causing health crises and environmental damage that impact millions. Despite efforts to clean up, the battle against pollution is far from over. Could these challenges lead to groundbreaking changes, or will they continue to cloud China's future? We'll explore how technological advancements and stricter regulations might turn the tide. The country's reliance on coal for energy, coupled with high levels of vehicle emissions and industrial pollutants, has led to some of the worst air quality in the world. Residents of major cities often experience air apocalypses, where the smog is so thick that visibility is reduced to mere meters, and outdoor activities are restricted due to hazardous air quality levels. The government has implemented measures like restricting car usage, closing factories, and investing in renewable energy, but progress has been slow. The persistent air pollution has not only affected the health of millions, but also had a profound impact on daily life and the environment. Public spaces are often shrouded in haze, visibility is reduced, and even outdoor activities are sometimes restricted. This environmental crisis highlights the significant costs of China's economic success and underscores the urgent need for sustainable practices and stricter environmental regulations. The battle against air pollution is ongoing, reflecting a critical challenge for China as it seeks to balance growth with the well-being of its people. Now let's look at what it's like to live in one of the world's most crowded countries, where personal space is a rare commodity. Number 6. China is extremely crowded. With over 1.4 billion people, China's population density is staggering. From packed subways to overcrowded tourist spots, the sheer number of people affects every aspect of daily life. In cities like Beijing and Shanghai, personal space is a luxury, and finding solitude can be nearly impossible. Public transportation systems operate at maximum capacity, and living conditions often involve cramped apartments shared by multiple generations. This level of congestion not only creates logistical challenges, but also heightens stress levels and impacts mental health, as people navigate the pressures of living in such densely populated environments. This extreme crowding isn't just inconvenient, it's reshaping urban development and social dynamics in profound ways. The government has been investing in building new cities and expanding infrastructure to alleviate congestion, but the problem persists. And speaking of impact, wait until you hear how China's counterfeit industry isn't just about fake handbags. It's a global problem affecting us all. Number 7. China leads the world in counterfeiting. China's reputation as the world leader in counterfeiting goes beyond fashion knockoffs. From electronics to even food, counterfeit goods are everywhere, posing serious risks to consumers and businesses alike. The counterfeit industry thrives on high demand and minimal repercussions, making it a lucrative business for many. Fake products not only deceive consumers but also pose safety hazards. Think faulty electronics that catch fire or counterfeit pharmaceuticals that can be dangerous to health. Despite efforts by global brands and governments to crack down on this industry, counterfeit goods continue to flood markets worldwide, highlighting the need for stronger enforcement and consumer awareness. This shadow industry thrives on high demand and minimal repercussions. But what's really driving it? And how does it affect global trade and safety? Understanding the scale of this issue can change how you view everyday purchases. Let us know in the comments below if you want to see a full video on this topic. Stick around as we wrap up these hidden truths about China's darker side. And make sure to check out our video on 15 strange facts that only exist in Japan. If you're intrigued by China's hidden side, don't miss our video on Explore China's most incredible wonders. Discover breathtaking landmarks like the Great Wall and the mysterious Zhangjiajie that showcase the beauty and awe of China's landscape. Click the video on your screen now and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating places. See you in the next adventure.